video, so make sure you jump in. And if you want to grow on TikTok so you can monetize, consider joining people like Susan, who has gained over 46,000 followers since joining our TikTok Growth Academy, where we're sharing everything we've learned after growing and experimenting on TikTok, providing one-on-one support to make sure people get tailored advice for their account specifically, and we're helping everyday people turn TikTok into a viable platform for them for an income and to spread the message that they're passionate about. So if you're interested in that, just click the link in our bio to learn more, and I'll see you over there. These are the quickest and easiest ways to improve your TikTok views, laid out in a way that's really easy to find out what works for your content specifically. If you're new here, I'm Cal. I grew this account to over 130,000 followers in 6 months. I help people grow on TikTok every day, and I've been in the weeds after all the recent algorithm changes. And I've seen this way of experimenting improve views in again and again. So make sure you save this so you can come back to it later and drop us a follow for TikTok growth content. Now, first and foremost, obviously, if you're trying to get views on TikTok, you need to make sure that you're creating a video that is on a popular enough topic or is relevant enough to a big enough group of people to get the views in the first place. Which, if you're owning a niche, I presume you know what those topics are going to be. But if you're posting about a topic and you're not getting views and you want to improve them, the first thing you need to switch up is the way that you're delivering on the topic. We call this the concept. If you're not getting views by doing voiceover videos, get your face on camera, do some walking and talking videos, maybe get a green screen behind you. Just play around with different ways to discuss the topic of a video. So if you want to improve your views, pick your one topic you want to talk about and present it in 5 different ways in 5 different videos. Post those videos a day apart and see which ones get the most views. That will tell you what your audience wants to see from you for that topic specifically, and it will stop you having to guess. The next thing you can play around with is your hooks. So how are you introducing the video? Is there anything visual going on when the video starts? Play around with the first line, your opener, what you're saying within the first couple of seconds. Maybe you try and shock people. Maybe you give people a fear of missing out. Maybe you use a curiosity hook. There are so many different ways that you can change the first couple of seconds of your video for the exact same topic, delivered the exact same way. So create a topic, a concept, with 5 different hooks, 5 different introductions, post them and see which ones get the most views. That will tell you, again, what your audience and what TikTok wants to see you do for your videos in order to give you the most views. Now, once you've done those, you're probably getting a lot more views than you did before, but then you can play around with your call to actions, specifically trying to play around with how to get people to engage with your videos. By this, I mean watching them all the way through commenting, through sharing, through saving. So just as you use different one-liners for your introduction, you can use different one-liners to try and get people to interact with your video. And you probably guessed it by now, you would have found a topic that gets you views in a concept that gets you views with hooks that gets you views. So create 5 different variations of these, all with different one-liners to generate more engagement, post them, see which ones get the most views. And that is how you systematically figure out how to get more views for your content, your personality, what you enjoy, more consistently without having to guess. And this approach does work with the new algorithm shifts. And if you do it correctly, within a month, you would have basically unlocked how to get more views for yourself. So if you want to get consistently higher views, so you can gain more followers, so you can monetize your TikTok account and spread a message that you're passionate about, consider joining members of our TikTok Academy like Susan and Layla, who have gained over 46,000 followers since joining and over 30,000 followers since joining. All because we're sharing what we've learned after years of trying, failing, experimenting on TikTok, gaining hundreds of thousands of followers and hundreds of millions of views along the way, through content, through one-on-one support, and we're helping everyday people gain tens of thousands of followers in a short period of time. So if you want to join others seeing success, then click the link in our bio to learn more, and we'll see you over there. The best time to post on TikTok is not what you think. If you post on the app when people are more active on the app, you might get some more views within the first 12 to 24 hours, but the overall ceiling of your views does not change. After working with hundreds of accounts who have posted thousands of videos, the best time to post on TikTok is as soon as you've got some high quality content to put out there. And just in a routine that works for you. Like I like to post when I'm having my dinner because I just push the button, flip my phone on its head and enjoy my meal. That works for me, so find out what works for you. If you're searching for the best time to post on TikTok, then that probably means that you're struggling with your views and looking for ways to increase them. If your videos aren't doing well, posting times aren't going to change it. Videos typically don't do well. The topic isn't quite right yet. The concept and delivery isn't quite right yet. The hooks aren't quite right yet, or the CTAs aren't quite right yet. So if you want me to make a video on how to figure out which one to improve, then just comment part 2 and I'll get that out. And if you're looking to get more views on TikTok, As I mentioned, it's about those 4 key principles, but it's also about making the right content strategy, understanding TikTok SEO, and understanding how to show up and iterate your content to get better views over time. Well, that's something we're teaching in our TikTok Growth Academy, where within 6 to 8 weeks, you'll know everything you need to know in order to grow on TikTok. And within the community, you can get one-on-one support where you can get all advice tailored to your own account, and you can join our monthly competitions and earn cash prizes if you grow the most, like Susan and Layla here, who we helped both grow over 20,000 followers in February. So if you want to grow your TikTok account as quickly as possible, click the link in our bio to learn more.
Not all niches are created equal. I don't know if anybody's told you this before, but one of the biggest mistakes I see people make in my DMs is they pick a horrific niche strictly because somebody said, be yourself, just start making content about whatever you want. To an extent, yes. If you're trying to build a business off of your following, then I just would say no. I would just say no. And I have learned that the hard way. I'm not saying this talking down on you. I wasted close to 10 months in niche purgatory. And it was because I didn't understand these 3 concepts of picking a niche. If you're about to rebrand, this works for you. Maybe you have realized that you have built a following that is not monetizable. You're struggling to monetize. This also applies to you as you rebrand into either a sub niche or a tweaked niche or something else. There's 3 principles, and then I have created a rubric, a quadrant rubric that I believe, I was writing this stuff down and I was getting so fired up. I was getting so excited. I was talking to ChatGPT, give me some ideas. And I don't know, this is probably worth a lot of money. $10,000 maybe? And it's on this little yellow pad, but let's get into it. Let's talk about 3 core principles whenever it comes to picking a niche. Number 1, you do not want to pick a niche that you're going to try to just because you're passionate about it. You don't want to turn your passion into a skill. Okay, if you're passionate about fitness, it's not always great to just be like, I'm going to turn that into a skill, a content skill. If you're passionate about gaming, it's not always great to just be like, I want to game. I'm going to turn that into a content skill. If you're passionate about basketball, I think I'm just going to react to basketball and turn that into a skill. It's actually better to do the opposite. Instead of turning a passion to a skill, turn a skill into a passion. I'm going to talk about which skills to choose, but your life will probably be better. It will be better if you were to theoretically choose plumbing and you fell in love with plumbing and you realize this is my calling to be the greatest plumber on earth, and I'm going to build content around it. I'm going to build this massive plumbing business. Maybe I don't actually love getting in there and tinkering, but I want to obsess over the idea of plumbing, okay? Rather than be like, I love fitness, I'm going to try to build